UFC 259 picks and predictions. Here we go, guys. First fight of the main card, Thiago Santos versus Alexander Rakic. So I was thinking about this fight, and I thought that Thiago Santos had like 3 or 4 losses at most. And when I saw that he had 8 losses, I was actually mind blown, because UFC really does a good job, unlike boxing, to build up these fighters who have multiple losses, 5+ losses, and making them relevant. So even the main event guy, Blachowicz, has 8 losses. He's not really Israel Adesanya, he's not really Jon Jones, he's not really Khabib, but he's a real threat. And Thiago Santos is also presented as a real threat. So these guys with multiple losses are presented as great threats. And think about guys like Robbie Lawler. Think about guys like Nate Diaz, who has, I don't know, his winning percentage is like 60%, something like that. And everybody still wants to fight him. Think about guys like Jorge Masvidal, who's probably getting a title shot. So really a lot of guys with a bunch of losses are presented as strong guys. But I have my almost compatriot Alexander Rakic, who's kind of from Serbia, okay, winning this fight. I think I have him with a knockout in the 3rd round, or TKO in the 3rd round. Next up, we have Islam Makachev and Drew Dober. So I really like Drew Dober. I really hope, I think I'm going to cheer for Drew Dober. He seems like a really nice guy, and he looks good, no homo, but I think Islam is really too strong, and I think Islam is going to possibly, I think it's like a 30-26 decision win from Islam. Now, next up, we have the first championship fight at bantamweight, Petr Yan and Aljamain Sterling. So, honestly, I haven't watched a really lot of these guys because because of the time zone and because of other stuff. So, generally, I watch the big fights, but I haven't really, I think I watched one Yan fight and one Sterling fight. So, I'm not really familiar with these dudes. So, it's really just me, guessing, and I don't know. I don't know. That's the best thing. I mean, Aljamain beat Corey Sandhagen, who really looked impressive after that. So, I got to give it to him. And I think that's the reason why I'm actually picking Aljamain Sterling. So, fuck it. Let's go Aljamain Sterling. Actually, yeah. 5th round submission. That's a bold prediction. 5th round submission for Aljamain Sterling. Next up, we have Amanda Nunes and Megan Anderson. Yeah, I think this is probably the easiest pick. I mean, Amanda Nunes is definitely the favorite here. And although Megan seems a little bit bigger than her, I think, yeah, Amanda Nunes is the GOAT. She's going to, let's say, 2nd round TKO. And light heavyweight main event, Jan Blachowicz, Israel Adesanya. So, of course, Izzy is the favorite here. But I'm picking Jan Blachowicz. 3rd round knockout. Or actually, let me change that. 2nd round knockout. Jan Blachowicz beats Israel Adesanya. And Jon Jones will have an epic trolling night on Twitter. I actually think, because this is a classic case in which UFC wants one guy to win. In this case, is Izzy. And, sometimes it works, but usually it doesn't. Last time they tried to do that was with Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. And Dana White was so sad that Dustin Poirier knocked out Conor McGregor. And listen, I understand Conor McGregor is a draw. He drew over 100 million in money via pay-per-view buys. So, of course you want your biggest draw to win. Of course you want Israel Adesanya to win. But, Jesus, I think Jan Blachowicz upset knockout 2nd round. And really bold prediction, he knocks out Izzy cold. He's going to be out cold. So those are my UFC 259 predictions. And by the way, just one more prediction for the preliminary card. I think I got Dominic Cruz actually winning and Joseph Benavidez actually losing to Askar Oskanov. And I'm not really familiar with these other fighters that much. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks and cut.